Welcome back, guys, to East 9, Monstrum Nox, where last episode one more shock awaited us as the Crimson King's time came to an end. With the homunculus having been forcibly aged leading to his early demise, a solution was found as a new Aprilis and Smirnoff Noah combined him with the real Adol, passing on his power and memories as Chapter 8 came to an end. The final chapter, Monstrum Nox, then began, as with the ultimate Grimwald Nox now looming on the day of Balduq's Victory Day Festival, we've awaited its coming and for Aprilis to come for us. However, with time to spare until then, we spend it with our friends with quests awaiting us around the city.
I wonder how much Fading Hives cost. Can I at least buy some of that to have 5 armors would be nice. We can deal with less weaponry, but a bit more on the armor side of things would be a lot nicer for me. The knights guilty of this transgression have already been apprehended, but from what I understand, you're still under the impression that Balduq is still in danger? In short, yes. According to my daughter, something is afoot that she cannot divulge. Something that the knights could not do alone. There's a side to this that has yet to rear its head. That is all the information I have at the moment. It's best you and your people stay vigilant. Indeed, I will heed your warning, Mr. Pendleton. The Monstrums, without a doubt, are blameless for this atrocity. As a matter of fact, I'm inclined to believe that we are on the same side. I'd be hesitant to believe this were I heard it from anyone other than you. Hooray! People like us. They like me. They really like me. Took a while. We're literally the saviors of this entire place. We've been literally made that way in most respects.
Much to enjoy at the festival.
So that's a thing. Welcome, welcome. You guys picked the perfect time to stop by. See, I managed to get in some real quality meat for the Victory Day Festival. A little time and elbow grease and voila, smoked meat at the highest degree. It'll cost you a pretty coin or two, sure, but give it a try. You won't regret it.
Hey there, welcome.
I thought you were giving it to me.
Early bird gets the worm.
But you've got a gift.
Looks like you've got an eye for quality.
No, I just have to buy it. I say Master Shadowlands hasn't returned to the chapter house since the big incident. Suppose this goes a bit deeper than just storming at the Governor General's, huh? Every time I think about it, my mood just gets that much worse.
Come back if you get the chance.
Maybe. Everything's below me right now, except for this one.
It's just as lively as last year. Let's send them packing.
Arise, necklace! Sink to the abyss.
Get out of me! You
I've been run over. Cat. I'm trapped in a corner. I'm trapped in the corner.
Let's end this here.
I couldn't see anything. But he kept... Oh, a Tempest Elixir. He kept attacking me. So I was just stuck in the corner, getting completely rolled over. So whatever dodge I pressed to try and get out of the way,
Let's take him out.
I was getting flash cards plenty, wasn't I?
Sink to the abyss. Arise, necklace ram!
Well, gotta get that experience and knock somehow. Right, so the last shop we have to talk to here is you.
Hello. Yes.
Nothing.
Need anything else?
Boy, am I glad the Victory Day Festival kicked off without too much trouble. Now I can treat all my customers to some 100 years war trivia. Did you know this festival was originally held to honor the souls of fallen soldiers, which means the right way to spend this piece is by honoring all the lives lost to earn it.
Come again, okay?
Okay, well that's the shops checked out in this district. Let's go see if this meat is for Maxim or Xavier. Xavier? It's for Maxim!
Oh.
This aroma is rather pleasant. Owls normally consume only live prey, but Arthur has a preference for smoked meats. Would you care to feed him, Adol? Cuckoo! It's for Arthur! He came before being cooled. Interesting. Give Adol here some space, Arthur. You hold out the piece of smoked meat. Arthur cheerfully gobbles it up.
Unbelievable.
Always the glutton as ever, aren't you? He's taking a liking to you, Adol. It's rare for him to be this friendly to someone other than myself. How long have you had Arthur? It's a long story, but I suppose I have time. Since before I could remember, I preferred solitude. As a boy, I was raised in the underground world by another black market dealer. He taught me skills I need to survive in an unforgiving environment. Reconnaissance, subterfuge, maintaining a low profile, fighting. I understand now that he was preparing me to be a successor as a Glean royal spy. It wasn't until much later that I learned of that other clandestine occupation of his. When I was 10, he left me in a forest teeming with monsters for a month, a rite of passage. In what I thought were my last moments, surrounded by starved beasts, Arthur found me. He protected me from them, saving my life. Oh, cool. I didn't know what owls ate at the time, and all I had was smoked meats. When I offered some to him, he picked at it with hesitation at first, but he grew to enjoy it. Ever since then, Arthur's always been at my side. We were both misfits, Arthur and I. I knew owls lived for many years, but we've been together for what feels like a lifetime already. Can't imagine life without Arthur. I want an owl pet! You two have a fascinating relationship. Yes, I consider myself very lucky. I think Arthur is trying to say that he wants to help as well. I might not be with you for long, but in that time I will repay my debt. Let's continue this partnership until then. Your affinity with Maxim has increased. And Maxim's support skill Comet Insight has reached level 2. I was about to ask, is there another event with him? I've been tracking the Lemurians by detecting the traces of malice they emit. It's about time I give him a break. How about it, Adol? Go to join us. What are we doing?
Nice wind blowing today. It's been a while since Arthur got to fly as he pleased. My final mission is now complete.
I would have liked a better look at the seal, but you did well. You got your job done. You fulfilled your promise.
It wouldn't have been possible were it not for you. It doesn't feel right to celebrate on the eve of your upcoming battle. Still, it's good to have someone to share this with. All that remains is to repay what I owe to all of you. After that, I wouldn't mind going somewhere quiet, far away from here. Just me and Arthur.
You make it sound like your life is over. Yeah, what will you do after that?
Nothing.
Yeah, sounds like good. Retirement?
I've accomplished enough missions to last a few lifetimes. I started when I was just a kid. And now, I'm done with it for good. There's nothing left for me to do.
I mean, there's more to life than just missions.
Then...
More to life than missions? Come to think of it, I've never considered doing anything else. But you make a good point. The end of one thing marks the beginning to another. I envy your insight, the things you must have seen on your travels. But knowing the way you see the world, it reassures me that there's something out there waiting for me.
You tell Maxim that the world is vast. That there's something for everyone, him included.
Of course, so I'll have to wait until Balduq's future is safe. What do you think, Arthur? Where would you like to go after this is all over?
Your affinity with Maxim is now at max. And we learnt Comet Insight level 4. Not max, I mean, Insight max, but that's level 4. Was level 2 before? I didn't even know. When did we start with that? I have no clue. When are we going to have a nice event with Zephyr? That's what we want to do. We want to hang out with you. Well, I've been using money rather than gaining money, but we're not doing terribly. So where to next? So to say, all our treasures in Balduq has failed, so we don't need to do that. I guess we need to check out the plaza shops and the thingy shops, just to make sure there isn't anything for our Rue friend. But we should also look to do a quest as well, really.
Hey!
I'm glad this whole revolution thing didn't actually go full swing, but it's hard not to feel for the night, you know. It just doesn't sit right. Listen to me, there's supposed to be a festival out celebrating peace. Saint, forgive me.
Always a pleasure. Come back.
I'm so glad this day's finally come.
Oh.
Time to stand around like this.
Okay, Jules.
There they are.
If anyone needs to take it a little bit slower, I think it's you.
Consume them! Get back!
Man, he got dashed through me, didn't he? Okay, I've switched.
As is to be expected.
A blinding bangle. I thank you very much. Keep checking the shops.
Please, take a gander. I recommend everything. Oh?
Nothing here. No time to take it easy. Not with the Victory Day Festival going on. At this rate, Shantae's going to leave me in the dust again, but not if I can help it. Days they are finally bringing more heads than the dandelion can even fit.
Hope to see you again soon.
It's just interesting that all our enemies are like level 70. Meow. I was about to say, how's that kiddo doing?
Taking point.
Phew, just about the whole town's been excited about the Victory Day Festival. And I'm willing to bet it's no day off for you guys. Ha, no time to rest with the cities to take by storm, huh? Monstrums? I'm not doing that.
It's just as lively as last year.
Watch where you're going.
I'm so misunderstood.
Need something?
Well, that incident the other day is a conflict deeper than most people realise. A former Glean officer like me can sympathise with Shadowlord's stance. All the more even, just where in the world could you have gone? Yes.
Just got some good stuff in.
I mean, if I want to buy next tier weaponry, I've got to have like 120k for everyone.
Alrighty then.
Balduq doesn't get much better than
I
this.
heard the Roman garrison's helping out.
Those Roman soldiers are hard.
Alright, it's festival time.
Weird white flash from the camera angle then. Huh, it's been tough working with the warden to deal with the aftermath of all this. It was unlike who instigated things. Why am I the one who has to report back to Rome? I sighed so much that my lungs have practically doubled in size. I mean, if that were possible.
Festivals are the best. Come on in. Everything's a good choice.
Happy Victory Day Festival! With all that chaos and town out of the way, it's about time we got a good day of good fun. I said I wonder where Master Shadowlord vanished off to. It was a little lonely not having him in the city.
Come again soon.
I guess I could pop down. Pop at the Noble District is where a quest is.
Roman soldiers
Let's
are
go here
hard at
first.
work.
I hear divides cropped up amid the Hieroglyph Knights, but no matter the quarrel, their love for the city is the one thing they can all agree on. Hopefully they'll be able to regain their footing sooner rather than later. With us Knights on probation, the garrison has been taking over our guard patrols. Never could I have predicted such an underhanded plot from the master of all. No, excuses won't make amends. It's on us for not noticing sooner. Right, see if we've got at least the dishes we can give him. I think I'll head to do a quest next. About that Wreath one, maybe?
Thank you very much.
So this will bring us to 1, 2, 3, 6, 9. We already gave you the white quiche, etc. Oh, okay.
This is...
It's the 13th alms you have donated to the church. We have never once seen travellers as generous as you. Aha! This is the final dish. The church would like to offer you this item in restitution of magnanimity.
Please, take this.
Yeah, that one. Thank you. A jewel rubric has been acquired. On behalf of those who were nourished by your kindness, thank you, travellers. As you have given us more than we require, we will no longer accept additional alms. Your gestures will be recognised by our Lord and Saviour. May he bless you, and may the hieroglyphs bestow fortune upon you. Mission complete.
Yeah.
I'm actually rather glad the Knights ended up being put on probation. I know this won't be easy for Lucian, but we intend to support him as much as we can. That said, Master Shadowlord's pointed absence from all of this is a bit concerning. Yeah, it really is. My apologies, I didn't mean to put a damper on things. Today is the Victory Day Festival, after all. Keep your spirits up. We wouldn't want to worry the Saint now, would we? I mean, can't we just make another Shadowlord? Recent events have led me to speculate on what had occurred beneath the fold. Master Shadowlord and Seneschal Gilbert were honest men with righteous hearts. I imagine this very virtue was precisely the reason they could not forgive Rom. But in light of everything, I'm coming to question the very nature of justice. And we got side quest, main quest to do. Into Pendleton next. We know that probably there's only Carla to speak to in there.
Yeah.
Plus the vendor. It's weird how we keep running about all the doors.
Welcome. Let me know if I can help.
Well, I want to know if there's any gifts to give.
Very well then.
Certain room. Hello there, Miss Crucia. Excellent work recovering Miss Carla from custody. Miss Carla would not speak of the details regarding how it came to be. Nevertheless, your courage and accomplishments have astounded us all. Oh, thank you. It was nothing, really. Oh, by the way, your father is currently out on business at the Trading Bureau. I believe he had some matters to discuss with Mr. Baldwin.
Have a wonderful day.
Yes, that we're good people. Oh, Carla, you back to work already? Of course, I was not injured in the prison, and I have much to catch up on. The Pendleton Company has been tasked with coordinating this year's Victory Day Festival. We will be in dire straits if my efforts wane. I guess there's nothing you can do about that. By the way, Lucien came by earlier to apologise on behalf of the Knights. Warden Belger and the Governor Generals are now working towards a peaceful resolution. These recent events could have easily turned out far worse than they did. For that, the city of Balduq owes the Monstrums a great debt. Maybe so. To reiterate, Pendleton is responsible for the coordination of this year's Victory Day Festival. However, do not hesitate to ask favours of us at Pendleton. It is the least I can do to repay the debt Balduq owes you. Okay, thank you, Carla. Just imagine when Crucia explains everything to Carla. So yeah, I'm actually the like a clone of the heroes saved us all God knows how long.
Crimson line.
Oh yeah, okay. How'd you explain that?
Hey, always a pleasure. Done already?
Broaching that subject's gonna be weird. I've donated a whole bunch of different books to the Cathedral's library. The festival's a perfect opportunity for people to learn a little something new. Yeah, I wonder if Jules will notice all the additions. Thanks, Edward. I'll be sure to enjoy them next time I go.
Come back soon.
The bookstore.
Come on in. Everything's a good choice.
Have things settled down in the prison enough for them to send me my goods yet, or what? Because I swear someone's going to answer to my fist if they don't. Don't they know this is one of our biggest selling days of the year? I mean, what better memento of the prison city than a one-of-a-kind prison-made souvenir?
Come again soon.
She just wants to use that prison labour.
I'm so glad this day's finally come.
Right, let's bustle on through.
There's much to enjoy at the festival.
Here.
Go to Rindell.
Here's through.
It is vulnerable.
Shoot it.
That was a small group. Barely any monsters around.
Balduq doesn't get much better than this.
Looks like Dole's not that far off leveling up though.
I heard the Roman garrison's helping out with the festival.
Quest time! Main quest time. Oh, hello there. You must be here because you received my request. How delightful. Thank you all very much. You said the wreaths for the cenotaph and the cemetery were damaged, right? I understand you're planning on providing replacements for them. Allow me to explain. In honor of the Victory Day Festival, the wreaths are hung on the cenotaph in the cemetery. When the festival concludes, the wreaths are stored by the Trading Bureau. This year, too many things were stacked on the wooden box the wreaths were kept in. The box was crushed, and the wreaths inside were damaged. Oh no. Poor wreaths. Talking up to piss poor warehouse management. I accept full responsibility for this mishap. The tradition started to remember St. Rosvita's heroic feats during the war. It's been around ever since the church declared her as a saint. And that's why it's so crucial that it isn't cancelled this year. This shop is acclaimed for its repairs, so I came in seeking help. In our line of business, we fix many an old relic, like ourselves, for instance. I am humbled that you'd entrust our little shop with such an important undertaking. They're broken, but they're not beyond repair. Their foundations are still intact, thankfully. But it will take time, more than what we have to fetch the materials. And we'll need fresh flowers for the wreaths. They aren't easy to come by. I see. I understand your situation. If this is to honor Rosvita, then this is my responsibility as well. Perhaps we could assume the task of procuring the materials, Adol. Yeah, let's go get them.
Yeah.
My, such wonderful boys and girls. We know a dealer. That would help us immensely. Thank you all very much. There are two materials that we need to complete the memorial wreaths. The first of them are white ribbons to decorate the wreaths with. The tailor in the main square should carry them. Oh, okay. The main square. Sounds easy enough. And the other is memorial flowers. They can be found growing all over Balduq. However, it's tradition to decorate the wreaths with the most beautiful snowy white flowers. At this time of year, such flowers bloom on the CL Canyon Trail. I've heard about this. In a canyon where the sun shines, blooms pure white flowers that glimmer like snow. It's a very rare trait, even for the species. We've been to the CL Canyon Trail before, so it wouldn't be too hard to look. It's in that secret bit, isn't it? Alright, field trip. I've always wanted to go flower picking. I apologise for asking this of all of you. We'll get the wreaths ready to attach the decorations. The canyon is a treacherous place. Do look out for each other out there. Wreath restoration is accepted. I guess the main square first then.
Always a pleasure to see you. Buy what you like. Oh, save for Anamona, of course. Come again anytime.
Why would we buy someone who exists? Definitely do not buy Anamona. I should have fast traveled, I think about it. To the main square! No, that's the Noah residence. That's not the same. I mean, that is the main square. I have to go into the market. Oh, you mean right next to me? I could just jump there. Whee! I'm getting wrecked there.
As is to be expected.
There's much to enjoy at the festival.
Took a bit more damage than I really expected to. So Shu.
My turn.
I'm so glad this day's finally come.
Welcome, welcome. Looking for something extra festive to wear today? We told Giselle you need some white ribbon for the memorial wreaths. Oh, the wreaths broke. That's rough. I have now some overstock, so no need to pay for it. Wait just a sec, Kay. No need to pay for it. That's what we want to hear. White ribbon received. Thank you so much. You are a lifesaver, metaphorically speaking. To mention it, honouring those lost in the 100 Years' War is an important tradition. Glea's foundations were built on their deeds after all. It's the least we can do. Kind of spooky that they broke on Victory Day, though. Let's just hope it isn't a bad omen. Huh, probably should chicken you about the ultimate Grimald Nox coming up. Not to mention Zola running about. There's definitely a feeling of dread in the air. Well, we'd better fix up those wreaths if we want to start driving it all the way. Indeed. Everything okay? Those looks on you guys could fray a finished seam. Oh no, we're just talking amongst ourselves. Thanks for the help. All that remains is to acquire the glistening flowers found in Seal Canyon. They said they bloom in a sunny spot deep within. Let us search for them. For the power of fast travel! I actually have to go. So I'm best moving out of the alchemy side of things. He says, can I go back up the way I came? I'm assuming I can just run up the wall. Job done. Let's get easy. Quests! Oh! What happened to the monsters out here? They were still slaying?
Something's here.
I mean, getting soul lumber is pretty good though.
Leave it to me.
I mean, I don't think they'll give much experience anymore, but getting a couple of the goodies that are around the place is probably not a bad idea. Plus the stuff's below me.
Done yet. Something's here.
See a goodie, get the goodie, right?
No escape. Something's here.
And also, depending on if something appears or not, it's a very specific bundle of flowers
Your
then.
turn, Anamona.
Gotta be that correct distance away to get the full damage.
Your turn, Anamona.
Something's
here.
Seems a lot of our guys are still getting actual experience from these, so wasn't too bad to slay them and get some goodies.
Something's here.
I mean, there's a lot of things here. Wow, get a look at those. Sunlit canyon, pure white blooms, snowy shimmer. It checks all the boxes. No doubt about it. These are the flowers used in the memorial wreaths. How curious. Here they bloom especially brilliantly compared to others of their kind. This spot likely meets its optimal growing conditions in terms of climate and terrain. Awfully convenient of them to bloom just in time for the festival though. Let's try not to take any more than we need, okay? Memorial flowers are acquired. With that, we have gathered all the requisite materials for the memorial wreaths. Let's return to the antique shop, such that Rodaria and Melissa may assemble them. That we shall. Before I do, though, let's check with Moreham. Just thinking about getting stuff and not upgrading our gear before we go on quests like that in case of big monsters seems a bit risky. I just want to see what the unfading hide costs. 1k. Yeesh. So if I were to buy enough for all the armors, it would cost a lot. I can make 5 more or less. I guess we can make some otherworldly cores if we need them. Yeesh. Easier said than done to get good gear going then. Basically need to find an enemy that drops them. So hopefully an enemy will drop them in the future.
Hey there, I recommend everything.
I'll craft one for now. So crit plus 15%.
Who's this one for?
It's a perfect fit.
Anything
It
else?
is.
Hope to see
Leave
you
it to
again
me.
soon.
Adol gets the goods as per usual.
Doesn't get much better than this.
Here I go. Follow me.
Ah, you brought the ribbons and the flowers for the wreaths. These are just the flowers we need. You have our thanks. With these, we can now fix the wreaths. I'm just happy we could help. Now then, we have work to do. It'll be just a moment. You may stay as well, Dale. Thanks, you're all lifesavers. Rodaria and Melissa got to work right away. Once the wreaths were completed, they went to the cemetery together. Wow, those wreaths really ended up coming together. Not that I expected any less from you, Mr. and Mrs. Rindell. Oh no, we hardly did a thing. I think I speak for all of us when I say these wreaths outshine the previous ones. We had the beautiful flowers and ribbons you all collected to thank for that. And now the souls of the saint and those lost in the war can rest in peace another day. Can they? I'm just glad we could help. Meh. Actually, knowing Apprentice gives all this bit of a funny feeling. Yeah, it does. Indeed, but at the same time a certain sense of accomplishment as well. You can say that again. Actually, help, Mr. and Mrs. Rindell, and to all of you as well. I'll make sure to take extra care of these. Wouldn't want to put all your work to waste. Essentially, we're kind of getting flowers ready for our past selves. Well, apart from me, of course. Thank you for going through the trouble of collecting everything for us. We'll just begin back in the shop now. Ah yes, we do have a little side project to be completing. Now then, I hope you all enjoy the Victory Day festivities. Oh, same to you. Side project? Side project, huh? That piques my interest. Upon deliberation, they did mention having a few materials for the wreaths left over. Well, it couldn't hurt to go in and take a sneak peek, right? Sure thing.
Job well done.
We're nosy. We got a Pierce crown. And that didn't even give me much Nox. That's actually ended up as a main quest thing.
How about this one?
Oh, Rodario, that one simply won't do. I think girls these days prefer frills like this one has.
Oh, for crying out loud, Melissa. You don't like any of the ones I pick. Maybe this would be easier if you just picked it yourself.
I do have my opinions, but I could never decide all on my own.
Oh my, what a pleasant surprise if it isn't Krisha and her friends. Wait just a moment, dears. I'll go prepare a pot of tea. Oh, you don't have to do that. We were just in the area, so we thought we'd say hello. Oh, you'll have to excuse us, dear. We were a tad preoccupied. To be precise, I wanted to make Anamona new clothes out of the leftover ribbons and flowers. We wanted to have a pretty new set in time for the festival. Well, that might have been finished in time for the festival if it went for your nettling. Well, I only want Anamona to have the most adorable clothes in town. They must be inspired after repairing the reefs. Looks like it. We should probably leave them be. I'm sorry, Krisha. Please come back any time. Oh, my fancy clothes.
Is everything okay, Anamona?
Yes. I was just thinking about Melissa and Rogerio's conversation. It reminded me of something.
Of something from your past?
Yes. A memory from many years ago. Of a time I spent with Rosvita. With Aprilis.
What do you think, Anamona? What do I think? You wish to know if that dress is defective? No, silly. It's a new outfit for you to wear. It took me a long time to make these. It's a present from me to you. A present? Then shall I give you something in return? You don't need to give me anything. I just want us to be friends, Anamona. Papa has already instructed me to do so. That's not what I mean. Why? How could you do that?
Your doll was getting old. I merely attempted to give her a new body. However, I did not expect her soul to reject it and disappear.
But you didn't have to throw her away!
What is the reason for this outburst?
You don't know anything! I've had Anamona since I was little. She was my only friend!
I can't believe my eyes. I thought you were gone forever. But here you are. I want so badly to take you with me, but you have your own life now. And I can't risk losing you again. Goodbye, Anamona. Until next time.
She didn't take you because she was worried about you. It sounds like Aprilis was actually a pretty normal girl.
I'm kind of relieved to hear that.
Anamona, you're smiling.
Oh. So it seems dolls can smile too.
Anamona.
So what you were looking for was Aprilis all along?
Perhaps, but only in the beginning. Now I wish to find a way to end the Grimwald Nox forever. Aprilis has been fighting alone for so long. But now, I can do something to help her. I do not want for her to feel alone again.
We'll help you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Adol.
So, what do you all think about this Zola guy?
From what I know about him, he sounds unpredictable. And his magnum opus is anybody's guess.
Yeah. I just hope that we'll find out soon.
Let's head back inside where they're making this stuff.
Oh, welcome, welcome.
Speaking of Anamona, she seems to be out once more today. It's mystifying to be sure, but I dare say even I've gotten used to it. I'll just have to make sure I finish up in new clothes before she gets back. Ah yes, do feel free to let me know if you'd like to buy something. I can't just go closing up shop for the sake of my hobbies after all. She's just out today. It's the normal.
Change your mind? Come again anytime.
I do hope Rodaria and I didn't worry you with our playful little quarrel there. We're just two rounds butting heads when it comes to dressing our little girl, it seems. It's weird how sweet and doting they are. Nice, but also, like, why can't they just speak the truth about it too? In some respects.
Yeah. Now what do I want to see first?
Surely they should be able to see it.
Let's go have some fun.
Need something? This is as quality gets.
So, Radiant Panoply here. Indestructible Shells, Mystic Lazulite. The crowns that we've been getting that swap types. There's a Helios bracelet here, which is pretty damn good. Requires a soul spar, and I could make 2 of them? I mean, crit plus 30%. Flash guard heals here on Artemis Pauldron too. Oh, there's some nice stuff actually becoming available over here. Chaos Hand. Fool's Gloves we have 1. Fenrir Claw, which is again critical rate up. Now, we should definitely come by here.
Bothering you?
We've actually got money. That shield that possibly is not fit for the shells just yet, but at this pace, he just might improve enough to sell one at next year's festival. I gotta say, my half-wit apprentice has got me full of expectations.
Come again.
Still so many shops to explore, isn't there?
Balduq doesn't get much better than this.
We've closed up the smithy on account of the Victory Day Festival. No less work for it though. Well, I'll have to push to get these deliveries through on time. Oh well, I plan on treating everyone to a little break for today anyway. Yeah, a day of break when you can catch up on stuff. Yeah, it's been a hectic past few days, but we made it through alright. We've been in a frenzy ever since we got word the festival would be held as planned. Had to pull an all-nighter. Hammers out, vibes roaring. It was total chaos, I tell you. But hey, I wouldn't be a craftsman if I didn't love every moment of it. Ho-ho! Ho-ho! As long as the festival goes down without a hitch, that's all that matters. Why? Because tonight's the night of the big arm wrestling tourney, obviously. I'm not letting these rippling muscles go to waste after all the reps I put them through. Quick, send Dogi. I'll shatter this guy's dreams again. There's Felix over there.
Hello.
After that whole affair with the Knights, today feels like it flew in out of nowhere. I'm still a little jumpy from it all, but I'm gonna have to start switching gears. Doesn't matter what went down before, the tourists wouldn't know the difference anyway.
Are you looking for something? Need any come again? I heard the Roman
Gifts.
garrison's helping out with the festival.
Felix!
Good job today, Felix.
Yeah.
You too, Yufa. All of you did well. All in a day's work. Aren't you going to be in tonight's show, Felix? Of course, I want you to give it your all, but I also don't want you to get hurt. I'll be extra cautious today. I'm sorry, I'm always making you worry, aren't I? So yeah, the Dandelion's been pretty busy lately. We've all got challenges ahead of us. So much happened while we were held captive in the prison. Glad the rebellion didn't end up destroying Balduq. I don't want to lose anybody else.
Let's send them packing. Escape
You just dodged me.
Leave it to me. Arise, Necklace Ram!
Here I go.
They're so close to leveling, it's unreal.
Please, I recommend everything.
And no goodies here. I'm so relieved Felix made it back okay. I was getting pretty scared for him there. It'd be just awful if he was still locked up in that prison on the festival of all days. Well, anyway, I've got a packed house to sort out. Time to get to work.
Hope to see you again soon.
Come on, let's go have some fun.
Clothing's got a whole slew of events scheduled for today. Even Pendleton's got some sort of street performance lined up. Bullfight's pretty late on the list, so I figure I'll just tour the store still then. Makes you wonder
Here.
what our next quest is gonna be. I'll just spam that one out for a bit.
No escape. My turn.
All for a little bit extra experience, right?
Here I go! Taking point.
They are building up the bar at an okay rate, I'd have to say. Right, let's pop to... We still got some other shops to check down over there, to be perfectly fair. I think we need to get started on another quest. Do we need to go to the basement? Yes, we do. So now that we've done a lot of the exploration of the place and talking to people... That's a new rubric you've got for me, right? I can hold on to that for you. Tito can now craft new sacramentals.
I'm ready and raring to go.
Is an Ace's Jewel, half gift gauge consumption. Needs an otherworldly core, a nocturne oil, and an Adikivo shell. 45k in cash as well, yikes.
Well, don't just leave me hanging. Come back anytime.
I mean, I'm kind of leaving you hanging because of how much that costs, for goodness sake. Right, so the two quests we've got available. One starts in here. His father's son. They're both on a short time. Let's go do his father's son, I think. I didn't mean to talk to you. Let's go to Jules' house, the Noah residence. Oh, we actually walked straight in. This place looks fancy every time I walk in. Guess it's not all that when you're living on a big-time doctor salary, though. Oh, Jules, let's go see what your mum has to say. Yeah. I'm back. Just a second. I'll be right down. Well, look at you, Jules. You brought all your little friends home with you. Come in. Oh, you'll have to forgive me for not tidying up. That's okay. Sorry for not telling you we were coming. Oh, Emma's just the sweetest, isn't she? I'm jealous. Sweet. Is that what you call it? Little friends. It's that sentence, isn't it? Oh, yes. I did spot someone in town who looked just like your father. But it didn't take long before I lost him in the crowd. I didn't want to disappoint you if it turned out I was mistaken, Jules. That's why I didn't mention it. I hope you can forgive me. There's nothing to be sorry about. That said, how did you know I saw someone who looked like your father in the first place? I figured I had nothing to lose asking the Monstrums for help, but... well... Oh, I get it. That's just how powerful our mother-son bond is, isn't it? Yeah, sure. More importantly, this man you saw was over in the Central District, right? Yes, that's right. I believe he was just on his way out of Balduq Cathedral. But there were so many people there that I ended up losing track of him. It'll probably go down as the biggest mistake of my life. Boo-hoo-hoo. I see. So there truly are people out there who cry boo-hoo-hoo. Anyway, if Dr. Noah really did leave from the cathedral... Right, all we have to do is ask if anyone saw him there. Let's go, Adol. Oh, and Jules here. If you do happen to run into your father, promise you won't force him to come back. What? Why? Because I trust him. Your father would never leave us without a good reason. I may not know what or why exactly, but that much I can say for sure. There's no way you can know that. Oh, but I do. I'm a lot more perceptive than I look, you know. You should never underestimate a mother, especially not yours, young man. Now promise me, Jules, alright? See, the only reason she's not asking her to bring him back is because, let's face it, don't you just like it? Having the space to move your legs in any position in a double bed. Having a double bed to oneself is bliss. His father's son is accepted. Thank you for hearing me out, even though it is the Victory Day Festival. If you see anyone who looks like Jules' father, don't hesitate to let me know. It's like realising that the house is actually this blooming big. There's a lot to his house, look. Nothing really in there, though. Right then. It's down by the cathedral. We can be there In no time at all.
Right there. Take this.
Shooting.
No escape.
Let's get rid of the teddy bear.
Shooting.
Seeming I still have no real idea what their skill is. This is Balduq Cathedral of the Hieroglyph Church. Right, and the last place that Jules' father, Dr. Noah, was seen coming out of. Oh, good to see you again. Ah, Father Ralph. Thank you for coming. And it seems you brought Credo. Let's move somewhere more private for our discussion, shall we? Like he knew. Yes, I know Dr. Noah well. He was the one we would call whenever worshippers fell ill. However, I regret that I don't know if he's come to the cathedral lately. That's okay. Sister Mel, would you happen to know anything? I'm not sure if he's the same person you're looking for, but I recall seeing a rather strange man here just recently. Do you remember anything else about him by any chance? He came by asking to see some old medical records. The church keeps all of its records from the past, you see. I remember him because I thought it was such an unusual request. After I procured them for him, he perused them as if in a frenzy. Sounds a lot like Dad. And where did he go after that? That was another peculiar thing. He said he had business at the ancient shrine outside town. I thought he seemed like a doctor, but maybe he was an archaeologist. An ancient shrine? Maybe the Norse shrine? Yeah, most likely, and we've been there before. Okay then, time to relive some fun memories. Hey, Yufa. Mum said that we didn't need to force him home, alright? Then our work's done, isn't it? We already know he's alive. We're not going to force anyone to do anything. But we're so close, you can't quit while you're ahead, Jules. Huh? You two need to have a heart-to-heart. Wasn't that one of your nails in the coffin? As long as it's not blushy-crushy. To the North Shrine! The memories. And he is just there.
Yeah.
Who's that destroying random things in the vicinity?
I have detected something. Leave it to me.
Get him, Jules.
Dad.
Jules, how did you know I was here? Is there something you all needed to speak with me about?
You explained that Pamela had been searching for him ever since she saw him in the city.
It's been a long time, so I know how difficult it is to see her. Either way, you know Mom's never going to stop looking for you.
Ah, so she did see me. I should have been more discreet.
If you don't mind me asking, Dr. Noah, what are you doing here?
Ah, right. Do you see this plaque behind me? Inscribed on it is a record of diseases throughout history. I came to see if I could find anything useful.
Oh, I see. You were looking for a way to cure Jules.
What?
Am I really that transparent? Still, this might be a good opportunity for me to explain everything to you all. You deserve to know what happened. It was many years ago, long before I knew anything about homunculi. I came to learn of an institution that fostered war orphans. That was where I first met you, Jules.
I was a war orphan?
Yes. Aprilis had entrusted the four of you to that orphanage. She couldn't take care of you on her own. It was her last resort.
That's understandable.
Indeed, it was in that orphanage where we met Jules. You should have seen how happy Pamela was. After all, she couldn't bear children of her own.
Mom couldn't have children?
Unfortunately not. But I know that she loved you more because of it. The years after we adopted you were the happiest of our lives. When you became ill, it devastated your mother. That's when I promised her that I would find a cure for you.
Dad.
One day, in my desperate search to find a treatment, a man approached me. That man was an alchemist named Zola.
Papa.
He told me who he was and asked for my help in his alchemy research. It was then he revealed to me that you, Jules, were a homunculus. I thought that if I helped him, I would eventually find a way to cure your disease.
I had no idea. But why did you have to leave us?
The hero you were created from suffered from the same disease as you. I surmised that the hero's body would lead me to more clues about the disease. However, Zola kept a firm grip on his research. As a condition for becoming his adjutant, I was forbidden from leaving the prison.
Dad,
It's not your fault, Jules. Being sick isn't ever anyone's fault. Believe me, my deepest regret is leaving you and your mother without saying goodbye.
Jules, there's something you've been wanting to say, isn't there? You don't have to wait anymore.
Yufa.
Dad. To tell you the truth, there were many things I wanted to say to you when I saw you again. I wanted to tell you how much I despised you, how much I hated you. But now, how could I say any of those things?
Jules.
Thanks, Dad. For taking care of me. For being my dad. And for trying to find a cure for me. Thank you.
Jules.
As a doctor, it would be imprudent of me to be too optimistic. But I'm progressively coming to understand your disease. There's still a chance for a cure. I will do everything in my power to save you.
Dad.
Good thing you two finally hashed it out. Hey, by the way, what kind of research were you helping Zola with exactly?
I was looking for ways to extract memories from a person's soul. That research allowed me to create the primordials and monsters from Adol's memories. I imagine Zola plans on taking this research even further.
Even further?
But what about Shadowlord? I thought you two were working together.
You must mean how Shadowlord gathered those with desirable talents in the prison. That was Zola's plan all along. He was merely using Master Shadowlord. Zola was the one who truly needed them. In spite of that, he rarely shows himself in the prison nowadays. I'm afraid even I don't know what he planned on doing with them.
Whatever it was, I'm sure it wasn't anything good.
Zola is an unforgiving man, if his treatment of Shadowlord was any indication. But if you asked me if he were evil, I wouldn't be able to tell you. He sincerely believes his actions are just, regardless of the implications.
You mean he's a whack job, the kind you stay away from?
That may be true. I admit, I have my fair share of blame for your hardships, Monstrums. For that, I apologize.
Hey, it wasn't your fault. You had a good reason, I guess. Didn't have to revive dinosaurs and stuff, though.
I understand that an apology alone is not enough for me to be forgiven, but I will work to set things right.
Dad.
I'll go see your mother soon, Jules. You have my word. My son is fighting his best even when sick. It's only right that I work just as hard. After it's all over, we'll go back to how it was. You, me, and your mother. Crimson King. No, Adol. Zola is profoundly fascinated with you. You have no reason to trust me, but I suggest that you be careful. Now then, it's nearly sunset. I'd better return to the prison. You'll have to excuse me.
Dad, you be careful too.
Yes, I will.
Hey, good for you, Jules.
Yeah, thanks. I should thank you guys too.
We're all happy for you, Jules. Your dad is a good person after all.
I believe there is much I can learn from him as well.
Yeah, he's all right. Can we go back to town now?
Credo, always there to bring it to an end. I see. So it wasn't your father I saw after all. Yeah, unfortunately not. I could have sworn I caught a glimpse of him, face and all, but I must be mistaken. I suppose it's time I finally threw in the towel on this. Oh, now don't be so glum, chums. I don't know how it all went, of course, but I imagine I can hazard a guess. Your father just isn't quite ready to see me again yet, is he? Mum. Thank you for humouring me, Jules. The same goes for the rest of you as well. It isn't much, but I'd like you to have this. A defense elixir. We appreciate your kindness. Of course, sweetie, think nothing of it. I suppose I ought to get back to cooking. See, I've been working on a special little festival day treat for everybody. I may stop by to deliver it later, so try not to spoil your appetite. We won't. Thanks again, Mrs. Noah. Ever since my dad said he'd come home someday, I've been keeping it for my mum. Well, I guess she figured out that we were hiding something from her anyway. Seems so. Call it a mother's intuition. I wonder if that means Dr. Noah might be able to come home sooner than he thought. With a wife that understanding, I bet she'd even be fine with all that alchemy stuff. I'm not so sure about that. Either way, whether or not he does is entirely up to him. It's when I take Mum's feelings into account that things get a little more complicated. Yeah, I know what you mean. In any event, now that we've reported back, shall we tend to our remaining matters?
Alright, that went great!
His father's son is complete. Which leaves us with one more quest, and still another 15 Nox away. I kind of want to build up the Nox gauge at the moment and see what happens. Because, of course, our storyline keeps us in 10. It'll be very interesting to see what happens if I went past that. I'm completely at ease now that I know Jules' father is safe. With that, I'd better switch gears and get back to preparing for the festival. I'll be bringing a little treat for you all later, so try not to spoil your appetite. See, that's the question. If I reach 100, will a Grimwald appear? I mean, it looks like there's only one on the board after all. Is the ultimate Grimwald Nox this or that? I don't know, you know. Is it triggered with me getting to 100, or is it not? This night's incident has led me to inspect the damages Balduq sustained in the war. People tend to think it ended peacefully just because the damages were relatively minor, but what befell the Glean army and royal family was nothing short of deplorable. No matter how things may seem on the surface, war is still war in the end.
I don't have time to stand around like this.
The real question is it an EOS we get? It's been 8 years since the war. To us it feels like a thing of the past, but I suppose it isn't quite the same from a Glean's point of view. And I'd like to unlock an EOS if I can. Because there's a whole area for us to get to, right? Hey, Tetra. Oh, Michelle, sorry. I'm glad that recent incident with the Knights came to resolution. The Warden's working to patch things up peacefully too now that he's back. At any rate, it's a tremendous relief things didn't turn out for the worst. I'd never realised just how fond I've grown of Glee before now. Let me in. Wrong place. The next one on the left. To think the Victory Day Festival would commence in spite of everything. The very fact is a testament to the brilliant resolution skills of the government general. Times like these call for us to adhere to Glea's customs in a show of goodwill. Perhaps I'll depict the townscape as the Victory Day Festival graces its streets.
There's much to enjoy at the festival.
I bet you're not going to let me in, right? My sincerest apologies for any inconveniences the other day. We'll strive to restore trust in the Governor General's office as we consult with Rom. As for me, I've accepted that I wasn't at all prepared for what had occurred. I intend to train myself harder in order to better fulfill my duties as a guard. Yeah, I can't go in.
Lemuri's detected.
Slaughter them! Arise, Necrosram! Valkyrie hammer! Get back!
Coming!
Necrosram! Slaughter them!
Lightning up.
Get back!
Alright, so that's 90 Nox. And a Blood Fang. There were some more people to speak to over here and down here. I happened to be in the Governor General's office during the incident the other day. The Knights had prepared documentation accusing the Warden of corruption. The whole thing was clearly unfounded, but then they proceeded to block us in. The Warden himself showed up from his supposed sick leave sometime after, and then gave us an account of what had really occurred. We truly had to be there. We must consider the Glean's sentiments while responding to this matter impartially. I do hope the Knights act within their position, such that we can resolve this without issue. That'll be 93, right?
They come! Arise, Necrosram!
Yeesh!
Stay back.
Get back!
Oh, it actually gets rid of the ability if I do that? I didn't know that it gets rid of the ability. If I switch character. I thought I could fire the spell and then just be off. I'll take the shadow shoes there.
Let's take them out!
Well, I want to build this up. Fairly large amount of targets to do this on here. Oh man, it's the same pack. Or something. No Arca, 98. What happens when we hit 100? Listening to the Baron hem and haw over what the Knights did has me exhausted. I just wish he tried to sympathise a little more with the Gleans. I'd like to go ask that Warden why the Knights haven't yet been disbanded, but I suppose I should be glad things weren't so bad as they could have been. That said, for what occasion is the city in decorations today? Some nobleman's birthday celebration, mayhaps? He doesn't even know, like, the local... He lives here and he doesn't even know, like, the local customs. It's kind of like, has not taken upon himself any of the culture. Here we go. Let's find out what happens. That's the Kini Highlands, right? Blue? It's blue.
Our duty calls.
So the ultimate Grimwald is very much a story event, not something that we can summon. It will happen when it happens, and no time before. And now we know.
Now what do I want to see first?
Ah, Krisha, you've been up and about since early morning, haven't you? Here, a diligent young lady like yourself deserves a little gift for the effort. Ah, baked potato, thank you. Are you sure? Thanks so much. Why, of course, it's the least I could do for all the peace your flowers give me. Think of it as a festival day present of sorts. You go enjoy yourself now. I will, thanks again. It even means even more coming from her, if you know what I mean.
Let's keep this short.
Oh, man, I properly blasted him. That's the best way to blow them up.